Hi, thanks for watching my video. This is my 10 cards 1 kit video for the March 2018 Amazing Value Kit from Creative Escapes Papercrafting. So the first thing I did, of course, was, take everything out. And then I cut apart this 12 by 12 sheet of 3 by 4 cutouts. Because a lot of them have really nice sentiments and they make really nice focal points. So I wanted to try and use as many as I could on my cards. To make things a lot more simple in trying to create as many cards as I could from this one kit. The next thing I did was I cut apart the colored cardstock that was in the kit. So there's craft black and yellow. So I cut two sizes. One is the card base, which is the A4, the 5.5 by 4.25, and then the other one is a 5.25 by 4 inches. So what you'll see me doing a lot is running some of these pieces through my die cut machine and cutting out, large squares or circles or whatnot. And the reason that I do that is because I try to conserve as much as I can. And I figure it's going to be hidden anyway, so you're not going to be able to see that I've punched out a big yellow circle in this piece. But that way it allows me to use I guess more materials from this kit, because I'm able to save a couple pieces here and there instead of having to cut into a whole new piece. So even though there's a huge hole in my card right now, this scallop circle covers it all up. And then what happened was I realized that hello looked a little bit too plain on that yellow background. So I took one of the stamps in my Versamark pad and I just watermarked the background with a nice light floral pattern to give a little bit of extra to this card. So now you can see the texture in that card. Again, I run everything, or just about everything that's going to be covered up, goes through the die cut machine so that I have extra pieces for later that I can use for future cards. And then this one I decided it needed a little bit more dimension because I wasn't going to use any embellishments on it. So I added some fun foam. So this third card with the watering can, I knew I wanted to mat it, so I used this one die that more or less fit it, but the watering can card itself was too large, so all I did was just trim down the card to make it fit. And again, you can see the holes in my card because I cut out those extra pieces for later. But again, once you assemble the card, can't even see it, so it's not a problem. And you'll see that as I do more of my videos that I'm big on conserving supplies. I mean, it's not like I don't have enough stuff in my collection, but to me, it's always good to try and conserve what you can just in case you need it for later. And then I make all of my cards as card fronts and then attach them to some heavyweight white cardstock bases. It allows me to make some, really dark background cards without having to worry about somebody being able to write on the inside of the card. And there you see me punching out some circles, because I thought those would be really cute with the floral pattern on the back, that pink floral. And these are the Golden Days Puff Dots, the Fancy Pants ones. I really like them. They're really easy to use as an alternative to like the epoxy dots that are really, really popular right now. And then this one, I'm using that rose gold delicata ink that came with the kit, which is a really nice complementary color. And then I'm just kind of smashing it down on some scratch paper just to get all the extra ink off, because I didn't want to smudge it as I was working with it. And then I like this paper from from Cartabella, because the pattern goes all the way up to the hole at the top. Some of them has a white strip or a complementary pattern strip at the top, but this one goes all the way to the top, so you can use every little bit of the paper, like you've seen I've done in this one. So when I saw this sheet, I knew that I wanted it as a standalone card because of that beautiful floral corner. So it was just a matter of figuring out what to put in that empty space. And then one of the sheets that you get is this small sheet of cut aparts. I believe they're 2x3. So I cut them apart and then paired one. And it fit perfectly in that corner. So I just popped it up on some fun foam. And then I added some gold glitter to the middle of the flowers, because I wasn't going to add any other embellishments and I wanted this one to pop a little bit. So the glitter makes it pop. So I went ahead with these cut aparts again, matching this black script paper with this black sentiment. And then again, I'm using one of the pieces from the very top of the pad, and you can see the hole. And so this is me trying to space it out so that it covers the hole. And I struggled with it a little bit, so it'll take me a little while to get it nice and centered how I like it. And this one I just laid flat. Again, with the rose gold delicata ink, I wanted to make sure that it wasn't going to smudge, so I just kind of pressed it down on some scratch paper to get extra ink off. So this one I'm just using some of the scraps in order to build my card. And again, you can see that I've used pieces with the holes punched in them. but I've laid out my card in a way that it's going to be covered up, so having the holes is not going to be a very big deal. So this one I'm just using a scratch piece of paper. You can see I've already punched out a hole in it. But I'm just using it to glue my pieces down and build my base using these scrap pieces. And then trimming off to make them look nice. Nice straight edges. So on this mat piece, I realized that the sentiment block fits perfectly one way. So I just relined it up and matched up the holes in the stitched edge and ran it through the die cut one more time in order to create a mat with these stitch edges in it. And then added some more of these puff dot stickers. And that finished off this card. So this one I knew I was going to use this black as my card base. So what I wanted to do was punch out as many of these sentiments as I could. Again, you see me using a scrap piece of paper in order to build my base because I was using all these little strips. And then if you can tell, I cut one a little bit too small, but luckily I had extra of this pink ribbon that comes with your Amazing Value kit. And I just used that to cover up the seams. And then it looked too weird with only one line of pink ribbon. So I ended up adding the rest of it to the top in order to try and balance out the card. And there we have the 10 cards from this one amazing kit. Thanks for stopping by.